Trying to get the sun just right here. So I got some sun, man. How's everybody doing? I am live from LSFest. Obviously the sun's going down. It's pretty nice though. Much better today. Nice and sunny today. We got a bunch of rain yesterday, but it was still okay. Got to talk to a lot of people about the V12 LS. That was cool. So thanks to everybody for coming by. That was very cool to, get to sit down and talk with all the people, guys that watch the live feeds and guys that watch the video, and everybody kind of came in and had basically the same response. First of all, the V12 LS, that's awesome. They can't wait to see the thing run. But also that the channel has helped a lot of people pick their different kinds of things, camshafts and intake manifolds and turbos and all kinds of stuff. And that's always good to hear. That it's good to hear that it's helping people, helping them make the right decision. Picking people, helping them save money, because that's obviously that's always like kind of tops on the list. Let's see. Okay. But what I want to talk about today is I went around today, and if you take a look at the thumbnail is like all kinds of different awesome. I like the trucks, and I went around today and it's in the way of my camera here. And walked around through a bunch of different areas, because at LSFest they have a bunch of different areas. So they have the normal parking, they have the vendors row, they have a setup where all of the drift cars are, they have a show area, they have off-road stuff, they have drag racing. So I went around to all the various areas, and what I was doing is I wanted to check out, because obviously it's LSFest, and there's a lot of LS swap stuff, and there's all of your normal things. Everything is LS powered, Corvettes and Camaros, GTOs, all of these things. Lots and lots of trucks, obviously. Suburbans, all kinds of normally LS powered stuff. Like there's a convertible Blazer with an LS in it. It's one of the ultimate street cars. Very, very cool. But what I wanted to do is go around and see the other guys' stuff. So like there was a Grand National that had an LS swap in it, which is cool. Maybe get some of the people irate. I posted a thing on Instagram about a 3rd gen RX-7, asking people, hey, would you LS swap a 3rd gen, or would you just leave it the way that, the way that it was from the factory? Because for me, that's an interesting question. And LS obviously is really good. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, it makes lots of power, it's easy to do. It would be certainly less expensive to try to make the power than it would be to do it from the rotary engine. But I do love the 3rd gen RX-7s and would love to have one, and would love to have a stock one, maybe with a little more boost, because that would be awesome. But like that, there's a lot of early Zs, which I love, that have LS swaps in them. There's even in fact, I'm looking at it right now, there's a 280ZX Turbo that has an LS swap, which is also very, very cool. There's a little Ford Courier truck. I'm told, and I haven't seen it yet, but I think over here there is a little Toyota truck. There's a couple of, there's a Dodge Dakota here, I think a couple of them. There's all kinds of older vehicles, all types of all of the muscle cars that you would expect. There are split bumper Camaros, which I like, even 1st and 2nd gen Camaros. There are lots of Chevelles and C10 trucks and all kinds of the normal things, but lots of weird stuff like and I'm not even sure what kind of truck it is that I put on the thumbnail. But I was talking to the guy for a long time. I guess I should have asked him when I was talking to him. But just weird stuff that sometimes I don't even know what it is, but I just know that I like it. And I like walking around and not just looking at those, because I like looking at all the weird swaps, Volvos and all kinds of crazy stuff, but also I like looking at the little things that people have done, things that they thought of that helped solve an issue with what they were doing, or that they just were thinking outside the box and did something really cool that I obviously greatly appreciate. And one of the examples is I have some photos and video of, there are lots of Trans Ams here, like early Trans Ams, Smokey the Bandit kind of Trans Ams, which are cool, very popular made because the movie was so successful. But there are LS swap Trans Ams, and there were a couple of ways in which they retained the shaker hood on them. sometimes functional, sometimes not functional. But either way, they knew that part of the personality of the Trans Am is that shaker hood. So you want to retain that, so that, and you wanted to do it so that it was at least what I would call visually functional, so that when you close the hood, the hood scoop is still sitting there, and when the engine moves around, that's why they call it shaker hood, because the cowl induction or the air induction setup moves around when the engine moves around, and so they didn't have it actually as part of the hood. It's moving around kind of independently of the main section of the hood, which is very, very cool. Lots of like off-road things here. Almost everything that you can imagine that has a, that could have an LS in it. It definitely is. There's a really cool, we saw yesterday, the little Datsun 510, which I obviously love those. There is a Volkswagen Bug that has one that's doing all kinds of crazy, crazy stuff. There's a guy that has a one with a big blower, roots blower sticking out of the hood, and a bug catcher, snorkel scoop deal with zoomies on, just all kinds of crazy stuff, and all of it's good. It's all guys trying to, individualize and make and try to express their personality through all of this LS powered stuff. So it's kind of cool. I'm excited to be here. Like I said, I've never been here for the duration of the event. I'm excited that everyone is obviously is excited about the V12 LS, and I'm very excited about getting it to run. So we'll take it back to West Tech and then, ship it out and get it ready for testing, hopefully. I don't know. You never know until you run something whether or not that's going to be like ultra successful. I'm hoping that it is. I'm hoping that it makes cool V12 noises and that we can run our cam tests and our intake manifold tests, and then ultimately I want to try to put turbos on it, so because everything needs to have turbos on it, so we can do that. And then if it all withstands that, then that's just like kind of icing on the cake. So a bunch of drag race cars and stuff rolling by it right now. They've got really cool, they're doing road course right now, or they're doing either road course or drifting right behind me. And then they've got the really popular thing over there is obviously the burnout contest, when guys are just like torturing their tires, it's pretty cool. There's all big plumes of smoke, everyone's cheering and stuff. That's kind of awesome. And then Chad's over on in the booth announcing the drag racing. So they got guys constantly drag racing over there, which is cool. You get to see, like I said, I went over and watched the I got some video of the Volkswagen Bug with the LS in it, doing some runs. I got a couple of the early 240Zs. A couple of them, one of them that I was watching was going 8, so he was pretty sporty. We got the big hearse limousine, and then there's another limo that has like what I would call a Super Richie twin turbo system, because one of the things when I run stuff on the engine dyno is the comments that I always get are, oh yeah, that will never fit under the hood. And I agree. The things that I'm making, when I'm making some sort of weird twin turbo setup, like for the Pontiac or the Buick or the 8.1, whatever I do, I don't make it with the intention that, if this was in a Camaro, this is what it would be. It's, hey, look, how do we get all the exhaust to the turbo? And then how do we route that, the intake side of it, how do we route that through the intercooler? And then how do we route that, into the motor to get boost and make power? I don't really care very much about how it looks, or I just care that it's effective and it does what a turbo should do. If it were a little different shaped, it wouldn't change anything. But that's always the comment that I get. And then and you guys will see in the video that I do of LSFest, we'll probably do at least one video of it. You'll see that somebody did basically exactly what I do on the dyno. They had the LS in there, they had headers go up, and then ran 2 turbos, and then hooked that to another hose and ran to an intercooler, and then ran it in. And it all sticks up way above the hood because there's no hood on it. So they could care less about, I mean, it makes a visual statement because it is super hatchet, but effective nonetheless. I mean, it's it's got turbos and they're working, and that's really all that you can kind of ask for that. And so I thought, oh, that's definitely super richy. So that's all good. What do you guys got going on today? So you got constantly have people walking around, you know, wanting to look at the V12 LS. You can't park here. I know exactly, right? Let's see if I can get that. Oh, there we go. Get that to come down a little bit. Oliver, I know. Look, let's see. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of sun. I've been cruising around on the GoPed a lot too. So I'm glad I brought the GoPed. Dan, what's up? Vegas, baby, Vegas. Behold the human lobster. I know, I'm a lot redder than I thought. I spent most of the time under the, I have my Easy up, but apparently I would sit under there and like I tried to eat lunch and tried to, you know, sit on in my chair and have water and all that stuff. So maybe I'm gonna have to take a little bit better care of myself. I just reached out to my auto tech teacher from 2001, 2003. It has been 21 years. I just learned he has, oh, that's not good. You coming to LSFest East this year? Yes, I do want to. Drink some Gatorade and some water. I have lots of water. I have in fact, when I stayed with Mark Sanchez before I came out here, they let me borrow, you know, it's kind of like a flexible cooler, and it's working fantastic. So I got water in there. I got ice in there. I pick up ice in the morning. Best cam for a 5.3 is stock springs. What are you trying to get done with your cam? The Truck Norris NSR cam is really good for a 5.3. Upgrade the springs and the push rods. Might want to get away with the NSR cam. Yep, 66 Suburban. Stock the twin turbo setup isn't that good. Needs a single turbo swap. Is that an engine in the back of the truck? Yeah, that's the V12 LS. Clever fabrication is always good to look at. I wonder if I'd be looked down upon for showing up with a vintage small block. Well, I don't think that they would let you in. This is only LS. That's 1941 to 46 Chevy COE. Okay, cool. Getaway, what's going on? Has LSFest opened the doors to the LT platform? Yeah, there are LT powered cars here because there's lots of the new Corvettes. US mobile phone service. You're looking a little sunburn, yeah. Putting more and more LS and even in airplanes. I've seen a couple of turbos. Is there anything that's been LH2 North Star swapped? We wouldn't have that here. It all seems to fit anywhere. Yes, Sunburn is worth it. Lobster Fest. There you go. I'm here trying to find you. I'm over here I'm in between Lingenfelter and ADS, which is like an off-road thing. Go to southwest of Drift Pit. Hey Daniel, going to LS Fest East has actually pushed me over the edge to take the LS back out and put a Coyote in it. No, nothing's happened with PayPal yet. I've just been here. I really haven't even been looking at that. I've just been doing this. Place to North Star, always wanted one. Bought a Cruiser DeVille, 200,000 miles. Yeah, this wouldn't be the place that we're gonna find North Stars. We're only gonna find, you know, LS stuff or LT stuff. Lots of LT stuff too. And well, that's LS based. So the V12 is LS based. I want to go over and talk to the guy that has the ZX Turbo and find out what's going on with that thing. There's lots of or a few like Tri-5 Chevys, which is cool. See the old school stuff. Oh, that guy even has like fancy lights on there and everything. The goat. Lots of the new, I guess they're C8 Corvettes. And then I saw a couple early 70s Corvettes too. What's the most unique swap? I think probably the Volkswagen, maybe. Oh, the other one that I saw that was very cool and kind of Volkswagen-esque is there's a Corvair and it's a front-engined Corvair though. So it's a LS front-engined LS swap Corvair. So that's kind of unique. Have you seen the LS4 front-wheel drive swapped vehicles? I don't think I have, although that would be, I would definitely like to see that. That would be kind of cool. I definitely had to tie down my awning because it earlier today it was a little bit windy. It's actually kind of nice right now. I haven't seen any cool new parts because I haven't really, other than riding my GoPed past stuff. Summit is here and Holly's here and stuff. I've been most interested in the cars that I've been looking at, so I haven't gone to look at new parts yet. But I'll cruise by and go talk to the various manufacturers and see if they have anything cool to look at. Is the 8.1 Vortec on LS firing order? I think that it is, because I know that we use an LS harness, and then we just have to swap the. I think we're just swapping the crank trigger. I have one question. Will 1.8 rockers help my stock pick up 4.8 liter? The chat. I'm hoping I'm not overstepping. No, that's cool. That's a good question. That's an LS based question. Take a look at the video that I did where I talk about cams versus rockers, and you can kind of see that it's not going to be a lot. And I don't normally recommend rockers because when you do rockers, you're going to have to change the springs too, and so you might as well do a cam. And it's hard to get more low speed power out of a 4.8 with a cam or rockers. What car is the V12 going in? I'm not putting it in anything because it's not really my motor. The guy that owns it, and so he just said that I could test it. Probably a lot of LS4 intake manifolds out there. Wish I was there and could ask Holly why they make so many parts in China but charge so extreme prices. The Corvair might be safe at some speeds now because it's a front engine now. Doing the finishing touches on my CT70. Nice. Putting the V12 in the Omni. I like the 2.2 that's in the Omni, although now I'm thinking that it should be a 2.5. It's still daylight. It's going to be in the daylight for a little bit longer. The sun is even down by the mountains yet. Because we're in Vegas, baby. Vegas. It's all cool. I like the atmosphere here. Everyone's been really nice. The organizers, CC was awesome. It was cool to be able to come in and kind of park my truck in my lonely shade structure. I do have a GoPed. By all of the, like Lingenfelter has a big rig and stuff, but that's okay. Wish I was in Cali right now. All those great people that got to meet the cam guru. Yeah, because I have a hat on because of the sun and glasses today, or sunglasses. But a lot of guys didn't know who I was, and they started talking to me about the LS. And then it was funny when they finally recognized. And then a lot of people that were walking